Hello everybody, and welcome to our whole class read. You should be watching this on the week beginning the 20th of April. This is for early years reception, year 1, year 2. Our whole class read this week is read by Miss Lyons and it is on YouTube for you to have a look at. The book is called How to Hide a Lion at School. Here are your questions for Monday the 20th of April. This week I've decided to split up the questions into blue and green, and the blue ones are a little bit easier and the green ones are a little bit trickier. So today I'd like you to read up until this page here when Miss Holland is not very happy with that lion and she sends him out of the classroom. So question 1 says, where does the lion like to hide? Where does the lion like to hide? And if you've forgotten, you can have a look at the pictures there to give you a hand. And it's a two-parter. It says, if you were the lion, where would you hide in your classroom? So have a think about your classroom, whether you're in cherry or oak or willow or pine, and have a think about if you were a lion, where would you hide? All right, I'll go with green questions today. So it says here, where is the only place that the lion cannot go? The only place the lion cannot go. And why do you think this is? Why is the lion not allowed to go there? And the next one says, oh, it's a quote from the book. You can see the speech marks there. Opening speech marks here and closing speech marks just here. It says, I've got eyes in the back of my head, says Miss Holland. What do you think this expression means? So we know Miss Holland doesn't really mean that she's got actual eyes in the back of her head, but this is often an expression that is used, and I want you to think about what it means. You might like to talk to an adult about this one. Excellent. Those are our questions for today, everybody. You can pause the video here and come back and see us tomorrow. All right, we're ready today for our questions for our whole class to read How to Hide a Lion at School, and you should be watching this on Tuesday the 21st of April. So our questions for today, I'd like you to read up until this page just here. We can see this great big building, the museum, where the children have all gone on their school trip. You might like to have a look at Miss Lyons' video again on YouTube to remind yourself of the story so far. So my blue question today, it says, where does the lion choose to take a nap? Do you think this was a good place for a nap? And you might like to think about why. Try and explain your answer. And green questions, it says, how does the lion feel when he wakes up from his nap? Now children, it doesn't say explicitly in the text how he feels, so you'll have to have a really good think about this. And again, if you listen to Miss Lyons on the video, she gives you some ideas of what he might be feeling. Okay, we've got another question here for Tuesday, and it says, the lion sneaked in after the children. And the question here says, why did the lion sneak in? So why didn't he just bound in loudly? Or why didn't he just walk in? Why did he sneak in, children? And it says here, have you sneaked in anywhere before? Oh goodness, that reminds me of a few assemblies that we might have been a little bit late for. We've had to sneak in, haven't we, everybody? There we go. Okay, that's our questions for today, everyone. Questions for Wednesday. You should be watching this on Wednesday the 22nd. So again, I'd like you to read up until this page today, where we can see a lion who's wrapped up in lots of toilet roll. Goodness gracious, what has he been up to? Our blue question today says, the lion is fantastic at hiding. Where are some of the places he chooses to hide? So again, have a look at the book and re-watch Miss Lyons' video and have a think about some of the places where the lion hides at the museum, okay? And the second question here says, are you good at hiding? I bet you are. You might like to have a game of hide and seek with an adult today. Our green question says, Iris, she's one of the main characters in our book, she's the little girl, isn't she? Iris wraps up the lion like an Egyptian mummy. It was the perfect disguise. That's what it says in the book. What does the word disguise mean? Have a think about that, and you might like to write a sentence about that, everybody. All right, that's our questions for Wednesday. Well done. Questions for Thursday. It's the 23rd today. Again, you might like to re-watch the book and have a look at the pages that we've read so far. Blue question is, why is the old woman scared of the lion? So you can see in her expression, can't you, that she's quite scared, but why is that? And what does she do when she realises it is a lion under that toilet paper? What does she do next? You might like to rewatch and have a think. Green questions today. The lion is told to leave the museum. What should Iris do next? So remember, Iris is the little girl, she's the lion's friend, isn't she? What do you think that Iris should do next? What would you do if it were you and your friend was the lion and he'd been ordered out of the museum? What would you do next? The second question, it says, why do you think Miss Holland looks cross? Oh my goodness, I can just imagine how Miss Holland must be feeling at this point. Why do you think Miss Holland looks cross? She's given a few warnings, hasn't she? All right, that's our questions for today, everybody. Well done. Finally, our questions for Friday. So it's the 24th of April today. So I've got 2 questions for you, and I'd like you to read right up until the end of the book today. So make sure you've read watched the video the whole way through. Blue question. What happens to the school bus? How does the lion rescue the children? Okay, so this is the peak point in our story, isn't it? What happens to the school bus and how does the lion rescue the children? He's the hero in the end, isn't he? And green question. Oh, it's got 2 today. It says here, the lion looked at them anxiously. So this is when the lion is on top of the van behind the bus and the tree has fallen down. The lion's not sure what to do. It says the lion looked at them anxiously. And the question is, in this sentence, what does the word anxiously mean? Can you use it in a sentence? So have a think about what that word might mean, and you might like to come up with some synonyms for it and talk to an adult or somebody in your house. And the final question says, do you think Miss Holland will allow the lion into school now, and why? So at the beginning of the story, Miss Holland said, nope, under no circumstances that lion cannot come into school. And now, do you think she might have changed her mind? And if so, why? Have a think about that, everybody. All right, well done. Thank you for listening to the questions for this week, everyone. I'm really looking forward to talking to you about this story at some point. I'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.